On today's Saturday news, The Rock vs Roman Reigns was locked in for WrestleMania 39.
When is Roman Reigns' next match?
AEW are expected to expand to 12 pay-per-views a year.
And WWE fire more than 100 employees. Are you ready? Are you ready for the news time? My name is Phil Chambers and I'm joined by Salty Sea Dog and Gareth as well, a guest to talk all things wrestling news. But what have we got first?
You just lure me in every time. I just when I think I'm safe, it's just absurd billing. Okay, so finally, The Rock pretty much revealed what a lot of people knew, but you didn't really know. It was a weird one, like all the way up to WrestleMania 39. Pretty much up until maybe around the Royal Rumble, there was the rumblings of, is he going to come back? Is The Rock going to fight his cousin Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? Is Cody not going to get the chance to finish the story? All this stuff, and then eventually we know what happened. But now, he's sat down with Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show before he popped up on SmackDown and just blew the roof off the damn building. And he melted the internet, really, because McAfee was like, hey, yeah, we heard all this stuff about WrestleMania 39. What was happening, man? And he was like, that was locked in. I was definitely going to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but things just didn't work out. It's pretty much how he worded it. He had a meeting way back in early 2022 with Nick Khan and Vince McMahon. And this was the conversation was pretty much all around, well, a lot of things really, but one of the key things was Roman Reigns, this big old match, and they actually shook hands on it. They were like, yeah, we're going to do that then. And then they had a year to figure out how they're going to actually do it, and that's kind of where the sticking point was, really, because they wanted to do something unprecedented, that word that just keeps popping up everywhere, and they didn't really manage to find the thing, because they wanted it to be something that was you'd never seen before, something that would, when the match actually went down, that would be the beginning of something even bigger at WrestleMania. So there'd be this long kind of thing that they'd have in place, and they just couldn't really figure out what that was. So they just went, right, let's put our pencils down, let's just not do anything right now, and let's wait till potentially after the merger, after the whole Endeavor thing, and then WrestleMania is going down in Philadelphia, was his words, and everyone was like, wait, is he about to confirm something? He didn't necessarily say, yes, it's going to happen, but he said, I'm open to it. There's potential to do that Roman Reigns, The Rock match at WrestleMania 40. And again, he just kept talking about giving fans something unprecedented and then actually trying to do something that helped the boys and girls in the back. So he didn't just want to come in, do one match and be like, yep, see you later. He wants to do something that sets everyone up, really, and just kind of probably affects a few people and just leave the place better than how you found it, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it looks like next year's WrestleMania could potentially be incredibly electrifying, but that could come at the cost of a certain story.
It's never Cody's story. I keep saying this. It's Roman's story. Yeah, Cody's just got in the way of it.
Yeah, whatever.
But no, it's an interesting one, this one. I think, his explanation of they wanted to do something unprecedented that people have never seen before, and then they couldn't come up with what that was, and so just didn't do anything at all. It's kind of fascinating.
It needs to be incredible. The best thing ever. Oh, it's too good. No, we can't.
Don't know. Let's sack it off then. Who cares? That is absolutely bizarre. But what The Rock's idea of unprecedented, never seen before, the best fan experience is, I am fascinated.
Yeah.
If they pull this off and it happens at WrestleMania 40 now, then it needs to be unprecedented and something we've never seen before and something the fans will never forget, because that's the level that he's pitched this at, which is aiming quite high, Mr. Rock.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why he kept his mouth shut for so long about this, because if he would have said, in the lead-up, it's going to be the best thing ever, everyone would have been like, what? And it just didn't happen.
And then it's just a match and he becomes the tribal chief or something. He's like, yeah, fine, whatever.
Seen it.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Will it happen at WrestleMania 40? Let us know down in the comments below. And also let us know what you think about the real reason that they didn't go with this match last year. Crazy. But speaking of Roman Reigns, when is his next match going to be, I hear you ask, over and over again.
All the time.
Well, the Wrestling Observer newsletter has come through with this, obviously Dave Meltzer, saying that his next match is going to be at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia on November 4th, and he will be back on TV to build into that match. Now, that match is still obviously sort of a month and a half away, and by the time that match comes around, it will be 3 months since his last match, which was obviously at SummerSlam against Jey Uso. So a big old chunk of time that Roman Reigns is going to be sort of away from WWE programming with the championship and coming back for the Saudi Arabia show.
I mean, how many times has he defended this belt now? I know we've lived through like Brock Lesnar eras where he does just disappear for like 6 months or whatever it is, but it feels odd, this one. It's like we had WrestleMania, and then I think it was SummerSlam, and then it's that's I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the match is going to be. Is it going to be AJ Styles is like attached to all this bloodline stuff right now? Like we saw, obviously, him and John Cena had a bit of a thing with him on SmackDown. Is that going to be a thing? I quite like watching that match, to be honest. Like AJ and Roman had a banger back in a couple of bangers really in 2016. So I think that'd be quite cool seeing them running back maybe in that the kind of Saudi stage. Maybe Cena even does something. You never know. It's not that far away really, November.
You never know.
So yeah, I'm excited for that, but come on, we got to be seeing more of the tribal chief. Like he's the guy. He's got his nice big golden belt. I want to see more of him. And speaking of seeing more of things, well, expect to see a lot more AEW pay-per-views over the next year or so, because wow. We had Andrew Zarian, obviously, who's a kind of a person who can be quite relied on when it comes to scoops and just coming out with reports about AEW, about the wrestling world just in general. And he took to X yesterday, and again was just determined to melt the internet with his X. So he said that he feels confident to say that AEW will be on Max in 2024. That's the streaming service Max. And AEW will expand its pay-per-view schedule to 12 a year. So I think they're currently on 7 if Wrestle Dream becomes a consistent thing as well. So that's 7 altogether. So that's nearly double the pay-per-views that we'd be seeing then, probably assumedly from next year onwards. It was noted earlier this month in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was noted that Warner Brothers Discovery had actually already suggested potentially adding a few more pay-per-view events to the AEW calendar, and then they were just maybe seeing if that could be something. Now, it looks like that is very much something that could be going down in the future. And Zarian also stated on the Mat Men podcast that the TV rights deal between WBD and AEW will be done pretty soon. So he felt pretty confident in saying that Max would be AEW's new home, and he said that was not a prediction, that's something that he's confident about. So it looks like AEW is about to have even more shows, so just when you thought there's so much wrestling in the world right now, we're going to be getting even more, but you can't complain because more is more, and we need more, damn it, more content.
Do we? I'm torn about this, to be fair. I think I don't mind them having a few more pay-per-views. I think 4 was quite limiting in terms of the builds, because obviously, I mean, they had the Dynamite specials and things, but then they did weird things like run all the Dynamite specials in 4 weeks. Which seemed a bit strange. So in terms of building the storylines and building up to big payoff matches, I think they can definitely fit more than 4 on. I think maybe 6 is a good number, maybe 8. Sort of an every other month kind of thing seems like a good run. But I think going straight to 12 is a bit much. It's obviously the WWE way of doing things, but it feels like it's a bit much, and I think the AEW way of storytelling would work a little bit better on less. However, this means that maybe the shows don't need to be quite as long, because he wouldn't probably need to do 5-hour shows and get everybody on the card, because there's more of them, so you can stagger that out a little bit. So maybe give other people that aren't used as much a chance to be on a pay-per-view position, because more spots will open up. So I'm completely torn about this, and I'm not sure how it's going to go or whether I'll like it, but we'll have to wait and see. But definitely let us know down in the comments what you guys think.
But I'm kind of more towards the latter with you, Phil, there. I'd like to see more people getting those opportunities, and if you can just kind of alternate and have certain players maybe do Collision kind of oriented pay-per-views one month and then Dynamite was the next one. Do something like that. I think that'd be the move.
Yeah, so long as they do something interesting with it, keep it interesting throughout. But yeah, moving back over to WWE for a bit of sad news at the end. Ever since the Endeavor deal went through and the merger with UFC creating this company called TKO, you kind of expected that it's big business things. Businesses are going to do what businesses do and lay off a bunch of people. Well, that happened yesterday. Everyone was sent to work from home for the day, so the HR department could do their thing and fire everyone, basically. So PWI Insider are reporting that over 100 employees were laid off in WWE yesterday. None were talent, and talent releases were never scheduled to be Friday anyway. But there is big layoffs sort of across the board on the sort of business end of things. So WWE's insight and analytics team was cut from around 20 people down to just 3 people, which is insane. And their marketing, graphic design, and live events departments were also impacted. As part of this as well, Dana Warrior has been let go, obviously the wife of the Ultimate Warrior. She worked in creative from 2019 to 2022, and then she's basically recently been reaching with the company's community outreach program. So she has been let go as well. But in terms of other higher-ups within the company, there's the digital campaign manager, Alexa Gotthard, has been let go, brand director, Kimberly Kierkegaard, affiliate marketing manager, Saber Brigina, the Vice President of International and Platform Strategy, Andy Levine, Executive Vice President of Development and Digital, Jamie Jorowitz, the Executive Vice President and Head of Marketing, Catherine Newman, and Director of Enterprise Master Data and Governance, whatever that means, Amanda Bloom has also been let go. So it's some big executives within the company, as well as obviously lots of other staff all in. Nick Khan has sent out an email yesterday to everyone based in Stamford in Connecticut, saying that there will be a big staff meeting on Tuesday to talk all about this, but he did confirm that that is the conclusion of the layoffs. So they are done with this part, at least the sort of management and business side of people is done, apparently. So yeah, WWE, part of this merger, 100 different people laid off, obviously to do corporate synergies or whatever it is that they call it.
Yeah, it's always a rough kind of part of a merger. This, like, it was something that was expected coming into it. Like, a lot of people were talking about it just being an inevitable thing. But yeah, when you read those numbers, like 100 people just suddenly losing their jobs, like, it should be such an exciting time for these companies, and it's just like, yeah, there's not a lot more to add really, because it's just something I think everyone can understand. Just suddenly not having a job after this kind of thing plays out, it's pretty sad. So yeah, just hope everyone who had to go through that yesterday is just in the best place they can be right now, and hopefully they land on their feet and they can, just hopefully the future's a bit brighter. But yeah, kind of sucks. A bit of a dark spot really in this whole thing that's gone down.
Indeed. But that is the news for today. Like I say, let us know in the comments below what you think of all of today's stories. And if you want to chat to us personally, you can do that over on Twitter or X. And you can follow me at PhilMyJamers, and you can follow Gareth
at GMorgan04.
You can follow all of us at WhatCulture WWE, and click this video down below here to continue your YouTube journey, and head over to the WhatCulture Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel. I'll put a link on the screen for that as well, and give that a subscribe because that is coming soon. More announcements to be made next week, so watch this space on Tuesday. But have yourselves a bloody good day.
Bye bye.